everybody, I'm Anna, I'm one of the two mythical unicorns. Welcome to our channel and to this video. It is great to have you here. Today we will be talking about Hank Green's new book, A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. And that is the sequel to an absolutely remarkable thing that you see over here. That is the first book, and if you want to see a review on that, we will link it down below. I have not had the opportunity to buy the book, A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, as a copy, but I listened to it on audiobook. If you're the kind of person who likes to fold the pages on your favorite passages and like to mark special quotes and like to flip back and read things and look things up, this is a book that you need to buy, like the copy and in physical form, and not just go for the audiobook, because I am not the kind of person that folds pages down and mark things. I just like to enjoy the read, but I wanted to go back and look things up and just like tiny details and oh right, what was it that they said here and how long ago was it, and so yeah, that is my recommendation, that if you're that kind of person, buy the physical copy rather than go for the audiobook, or do a combination. But the audiobook is still very good. Hank Green thinks that audio is a very important format and has made sure that the audiobook is really high standards. So it's a really, really good audiobook as well. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about that, but it is the kind of book with a lot of details and a lot of things, like a lot of things are going on. So I would recommend the physical copy, and as I said, I will be buying it, and I might fold some pages down like when I get it. It's a very good book, and I do recommend it, like highly recommend it. It is pointing at some very important things that is going on in society, and it's a really good read in itself, and very, very interesting, very, very well written, and an amazing story with great characters. Then it has this extra thing that it points out things in society that makes you think, and sometimes it makes you go, did not really make those connections, or sometimes it makes you go, oh yeah, we're screwed. Let's talk about the book. So this one ends, if you've seen my review of this one, I really, really liked it, but I was not very happy with the ending. It's a good ending, like it's a clear ending, but it's not closure. And I don't really like those kinds of ends. In my books, I like to have closure. I know that that's not the way it works in life, but that's the way I like my books. And this one ends kind of like with an open ending. And I said that, well, I would be fine with this ending if there was a sequel. At the time, I did not know that there would be a sequel. So I'm very happy about A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. And it's a mouthful to say. So A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor takes place, it starts, I think it's like 6 months after this one ends. And by that time, because, okay, if you have not read the first one, you might wanna check out now, because there will be spoilers from this one. There will be no spoilers on the second one yet, I will warn you. So as you know, April is dead, and the rest of the group has scattered. They have very little contact with each other, and they just do their own thing. But obviously the experiences from this one has made a very big impact on them and is like shaping the way they are. So I am very bad at names. If I say the wrong name, I apologize. I hope you understand this anyways. But Andy is still doing the social media thing and is doing performances and interviews and inspiring speeches and the Twitter thing and all that, and has kind of become an influencer, like sort of famous, and feels a bit isolated. And then the scientist, I am not sure about her name. We're gonna call her the scientist for now. She's back at her university, she's doing her research, but she's not really into it. And then we have Maya, and Maya has a hard time dealing with the fact that April is gone, and she's sort of in a depression, kind of, and is trying to find her way back, and she's not really accepting the fact that April is gone. And then there is this really big company that just pops out, and it's obviously not big in the beginning, but they are doing things, and they are doing this kind of VR place, because it's not really a game, but it's based on the dream that Carl gave them in the first book. So this company pops up, and it is led by the mean guy. Yeah, the name thing. But you know, the guy who was really, really mean to April in the first book that she kind of fought with and called her out for being bisexual, and you know, the interviews on TV and all that. He's the one who is leading this company. He has started it, and they're doing a lot of research. And so Andy, or the scientist, she goes down there to try to get a job, and at the same time, all of them, without the knowledge of that, all of them are getting these special books that are telling them what they are supposed to do and things that are going to happen in the future. So it is telling them to go down to the coffee shop, whatever coffee shop it is, and talk to the barista, or go to this place, or tweet this, buy these stock options, that kind of thing. And they sort of try to investigate what is going on with this company. And at the same time, Andy is part of something called the Thread, where they are sort of an internet sensation, or that publish different things and sort of point things out in society that is maybe not that obvious. And yeah, so because he feels like he has lost some of his freedom on the social media platforms, that he can't say anything anymore because he has an audience and he has an image. So he joins the Thread to be able to investigate things that he can't do under his own name. So that is sort of the premise. That is what builds up the whole plot. If you don't want any spoilers on the second book, A Beautiful Foolish Endeavor, I think this might be a good place to check out and come back when you've read the book, if you don't want any spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, you're welcome to stay. I have so many things to say about this book. I have so many thoughts. This book contained so much, and it's hard to put it together and talk about it in a video that doesn't go on for hours and hours and hours. If there's anything you thought about while reading this book that I don't talk about, you can write about it down below, because I have probably thought about it too. Or maybe you're coming with a new view that I haven't thought about, and that would be really interesting too. So much going on. I mean, Hank Green, this is like, this book is genius. Like, this is not my favorite genre. Like, if if you've been here before, you might have noticed that fantasy is my thing. That is like my reason for everything. But this book, it is so well written. Like it just flows. Like the text, the sentences, like it just it's beautiful. And I could not sit down and just listen to it and just go through it, because there is so much things that you need to stop and you need to think about, and you need to take all this information in, and there are so many parallels to what is going on in society that you just, or is that just me? I hope not. Let's talk about the things that happen. So Carl is now inhabiting a monkey and talking through a watch. That is sort of weird. And April is not dead, like Maya thought. She comes back because Carl has healed her. And that experience must be very haunting. But I am very happy that April came back. I have to say that I think it would still have been a good book without April, but I did like the fact that she came back. I also like how she sort of looked at herself and realized all the wrongs. She really took this second chance that she got and took a step back and thought things through and was really critical of herself and how she behaved. Not saying that you should be overly critical about yourself, like, but she did some things that she wasn't very proud of in the first book, and she made sure not to repeat her mistakes. So she evolved. And I think that all the characters did that. Let's talk about Andy. So in the beginning of the book, Andy has a very strong purpose, but he himself is sort of losing it. He feels a bit isolated and he feels trapped. He can't say whatever he wants on the internet anymore, and he just feels a little lost and a little stuck. And then comes Alta, and he first comes the thread, and he joins that, and he sort of finds that thing that made him go into the social media at the beginning. And then comes Alta, and he gets so absorbed into this not reality that the others begin to worry about him, and this new girlfriend that he has comes by and has a talk with him together with his roommate, and he's just destroyed. And the fight he has within, I found really interesting, that he really enjoys it and he loves the power that it's giving him, that he is one of the few that gets to go into the premium space, and he loves what this could possibly mean, and he wants to save it, but at the same time he is so strong that he can see beyond that and what could be dangerous about it, and that no one could control it, even him, and that he knows that they have to shut it down even though he doesn't want to. And that struggle, I found that so interesting to read about, and I just hope that there are people that read this book and learn something from it. If you have any thoughts on that, if you've experienced anything like that in your life where you've been in that kind of place, I would love to know how you reacted to that sort of situation. I don't really feel like I've been in that kind of place where I've had to fight between what I want and what I should do because of, you know, a lot of other people that might be affected. And then we're just gonna talk about a few things. And then let's talk about Alta and the scientist. I really feel like I should remember her name, but I am horrible at names. When she realizes that she has been trapped in the Alta space for she doesn't know how many weeks, for how long she has been in there, that is terrifying. Like, was it just me that like felt chills when you read that? Like, oh shit, that is not good. That is so terrifying. And then she leaves clues that Andy finds, which I thought was just, I didn't really like follow the logic on how he found the note, but you know, that was probably just me that did not follow that one. And then let's talk just quickly about the climax of the book. So good. It was everything just came together, and it's a good ending. It's sort of a happily ever after kind of ending, but it's not the kind of ending where you just go, okay, so there was no trouble at all, no sacrifices, no nothing. It was just me. I think that he balanced that perfectly. That is my opinion. You might disagree. And I did enjoy that little threat that Carl's brother is still around. He's not defeated, like he's dead and gone, but they won this round, and as long as the humanity performs adequately, he will let them be. But if they mess up again, he will be back. Which is a little daunting. And like, imagine if we had something like that in reality, like something, yeah, okay, we sort of do, like we are messing up pretty badly and Earth is trying to kill us off, sort of. This went dark. I found the climax very exciting and heart-wrenching and interesting and all the good stuffs. This was not very structured, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I would love to know your thoughts about the book, your favorite scenes, your favorite quotes, your least favorite scenes, things you didn't like, things it made you think and feel, and like everything. If you have any questions, whatever, just leave a comment down below. We really like to answer your comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye!